That's crazy right there, man.
Like,
Oh, man, I gotta say that.
Man, listen.
If anybody about to do all this right here, bro.
I wonder how they
This
gonna
big
do
section
all
right
these
here.
Man, listen. What's up, y'all? Hey, man, listen. Thank you for y'all tuning in to another episode of Juice Word. This is episode 22. I've been doing this since January 11th. This is our Father's Day trip. You know, my guy Paris, my guy E, my guy Nick, my guy Ben, Roselle Kane. That's Diesel, ladies. All caps. Y'all know I'm by caps online. Y'all got Adam. That's Bob Ross with no afro, baby. Bob Ross with no afro. But y'all check out my boy X Creation World. He got some good artwork. My guy Cam, Roselle Kane is his name on Facebook. We still trying to understand what that, you know. But he got his workout videos. He do his motivational videos. So, hey,
Master of social work right here.
hey, y'all need some problems solved. Y'all gonna see this.
I ain't gonna solve your problem for free now.
But yeah,
But I'm there.
this is our Father Day trip, guys. We do this every year. Just us appreciating ourselves as men, as fathers, just as husbands also. The world beat us down as black men, beat us down. You know, we have to deal with a lot. But we find a silver lining no matter what's going on. The wife taken care of, the kids taken care of, we taking care of ourselves also. So that's the whole point of this this episode is called Men's Mental Health. We know it's a little past Father's Day, but the whole month is about mental health.
Yep.
So that's what we acknowledge it. So how y'all been enjoying the trip so far? Everything good?
Everything good.
How y'all feel? Look, don't be happy. Y'all say how you feel.
I ain't gonna lie, last night was a little wild, Julie.
Hey, listen,
Real.
P. It's your fault.
We snitching around there.
Hey. Look, no, I tried to drink. I did drink that whole thing. I did, man. Listen.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man.
I want to do it. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I was cool. I was cool for the most part until that second shot. About 10 minutes
Oh,
later,
you
I'm
want me to have
like,
that?
yo, that second shot we had.
man.
I was cool before that second shot. That second shot, I was like, yeah, it's about time. I can't get up.
I think I got messed up worse than everybody, bro. Because I felt that shit from the time we woke up at that beach. Boy, man, that song was beating me down. Man.
And I'm
Yeah, it was hot out there, bro.
It was hot. And I was drunk, too.
And on a side note, people, if you're gonna be drinking, make sure you hydrate.
Yes.
Best way to hydrate is coconut water. Coconut water has a hell of a lot more electrolytes than Gatorade and Powerade put together, and it's just all around better.
Yeah, but brother man.
They live with IV, too, though. They live with IV, yeah.
Yeah, brother man gave me some of this early, man. You got me right there. And I don't even be on that healthy stuff like that for real, but it made me feel good within 10, 15 minutes for real.
Hey man,
That's good.
Health is wealth.
I had to,
Yeah, you gotta keep your Gatorade right. Please be safe out there as far as your health.
Oh, yeah.
It's true. It's very true.
Because it is hot.
It's
Man.
hot, especially in the Florida weather.
Man. I know I done got a few shades, dog. I love it, though. I love it.
That killed me early, bro.
hey, that's the melanin, man. That's the melanin.
Never in pocket.
Yeah, we need this song.
Yeah.
We need this song.
That's why they call us.
E. What's up, man?
Sunday
What's
people.
up?
What's up? My cousin Easy E in the building, you know what I'm saying?
Man, we got 2 blind mice in here today.
I love these shades.
I'm not shade,
Yeah,
bro.
that's why I want y'all to be y'all 100%, man. I want y'all to be comfortable.
Look, I ain't got no choice. I ain't got no choice, man. I can't See, I look cool. I'm a look like a nerd, but I'm the best looking nerd y'all ever seen.
So, Brad, appreciate you tapping in, big dog. It's been a good vacation though, man. Like these trips are basically not just a vacation, but it's something about the man's mental health and his spiritual alignment. Like getting away, just clearing your mind, reset, refocus, restart is very important. And all men to do that. Like, because our mental health is important too.
Yeah.
Like, the world is cold and cruel, and we have to shoulder a lot of stuff as men.
It all starts within the mind, bro.
Yeah.
That's true. You can't go nowhere until you got your mind right. You're not gonna do anything before you got your mind right.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So gotta get your mind right. You gotta take care of yourself before you take care of somebody else. Because how you would, if you ain't got nothing to offer yourself, how you gonna take care of somebody else?
That's true. That's why it's definitely important to love yourself. Ooh, you gotta love yourself in the fullness. You gotta love the ugly parts of yourself, the strong parts, the weak parts. And if you can't do that, how can you love somebody? How can you give your kids 100% if you're not 100% okay spiritually and mentally? If you want to give your kids the best version of yourself, you have to be the best version of yourself. They look at you like you Superman already. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Your girls, your little man look at you like you Superman. Your son look at you like you Superman. Your son look at you like you Superman. Your babies and your son look at you like you Superman. You too. We gonna get there, bro. We gonna get there.
I'm gonna take my time.
I ain't nothing wrong with
Please
that.
take your time.
Exactly. Take your time, young man. Don't stress it.
I love kids too, though. I'm real good with kids.
Yeah.
I love kids.
But yeah, it's just, you have to be the best version of yourself. You gotta love yourself. Because your kids love you unconditional. That's the most purest form of love you're gonna experience from your kids.
Man, my kids motivate me to even do things I didn't even know I could do, man.
Hey, Melissa, thanks for
Oh,
jumping
yeah.
in, sweetheart.
Let me tell you, I grind every day because of these kids, man. Because
What?
it's just like I don't even know how to form it, man. Like to me, if I ain't got my family, I ain't got no purpose. That's real.
But
And
that's real deep. That's deep right there.
And
That's true.
For me, it's like one of my good brothers. Shout out to Mike Brown, big dude. Like he told me, your kids do not. As parents, we get so caught up on, oh man, I gotta be this, I gotta do this, I gotta make sure this and that is in order. When in essence, your kids don't see that. They just see their mom. They just see their dad.
Right.
They like, okay, there's a police officer.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey daddy, look at this. That's really what it's about. They don't care about what it is that
What
you
I
do
asked,
for a
they were
living.
tapping in. Big sis just tapped
They
in.
don't like I said, they don't care about what it is that you do for a living. They just care about you and you being.
Yeah.
And that's like the best feeling is when,
That means
the world
you
and
tapping
life
in.
just been like stomping you out. And then you see that little child and they just light up when they see you.
Yeah.
It's like
Ain't no
when
greater
that
feeling,
happens, it's like everything else don't even matter.
Yeah. That's the best part of being a father, bro.
Oh, yeah.
On everything.
I tell you.
Man, it don't matter what I go through. No matter what. Seeing Kyrie and Drew with a smile on their face, bro, I know that it ain't about me no more. It's about them. But I still can't forget about myself. Because I can't forget about me. Like I said, if I forget about me, I can't give them the best part of me. You see what I'm saying?
And that's why we have to celebrate these annual Father's Day trips, man, because it's not just about partying and doing whatever we want to do all week.
Yeah.
It's about
That's a good part of it, though, baby.
It's a good part of it. Yeah, but it's about celebrating a brotherhood. It's about celebrating ourselves. It's about showing admirations to ourselves.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's kind of like the same thing they tell you on a plane. You cannot, when that mask comes down,
I know what
if
you finna
there's
say.
if there's
Talk
turbulence,
it. Talk it. You better say it, Cam.
you can't.
Say
You
it,
gotta
Cap.
make sure-
Say it, Cap.
You gotta make sure you got your mask on
What up,
before
Jazz?
you
Thank you for tapping in, sweetheart.
try to help somebody else put their mask on, because logically speaking, you can't try to help somebody else breathe if you damn near choking
Right,
yourself.
exactly. Like you
So,
right.
and you can apply that to just real life. You gotta, like you said, you gotta take care of yourself, even when you're in a situation where you're trying to be this big picture of water that refills everybody else's cup. You gotta understand that, yeah, you refilling everybody else's cup, but while you refilling everybody else's cup, your pitcher is running empty. So you got to find what refills you.
Right, exactly. That's true. That's walking in your purpose. That's understanding your direction. That's figuring out what makes you tick. What special gift God put in you that He's gonna maximize that gift in you.
That's right.
Like Al, bro, I've sitting here and I've watched you grow from the first time I saw your artwork.
Mm-hmm.
This is the guy who painted that lion, y'all, too. Oh, that's my guy who did the painting of the lion for my emblem. Oh, yeah, he's the truth. Y'all holler at my boy. But I've seen your art grow. And I've seen you grow spiritually, mentally, emotionally.
Oh, yeah.
And I've seen how that's transcended into your artwork.
Yeah.
And so it's like you just blended your emotion in.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, man, use your emotions to paint. How you feel? Put that on that canvas. And you do it now. And man, listen. I salute you, bro.
Appreciate that.
Beautiful.
Of course,
Beautiful.
Oh, and we already had this conversation off the camera, bro.
Oh yeah.
You already know that.
It took me time to get to where I'm at. It took me time to heal. Like I'm still healing, but mentally, physically, spiritually, it took me time.
Do you mind sharing a little bit of your story, Al? Just a little bit, not get too much.
Too long. I mean, past experience made me like, it really humbled me. Like it took me time to really get humble. You know what I'm saying? Like I know I came off kind of harsh and mean.
You was with the asshole.
Yeah, bro, you know what I'm saying? But it's just me going through some past trauma and hurt that I had to address within myself. And I also had to see a therapist and stuff like that. And still seeing one to this very day to overcome certain obstacles within my life so I can be a more calm and peaceful person and be able to talk to other people and understand their opinions and how they feel and stuff like that. Because at first, I was just one-sided with the stuff. You know what I'm saying? But over time, listening to y'all and meeting other people, like, I just kind of shut the hell up. Excuse my French.
You good, bro. You good, bro.
Just let stuff.
100% genuine, bro.
Just let stuff be what it is and agree to disagree or disagree to agree, but at the same time, like, respect everybody's opinions and stuff like that. So over time, it took me a while to get this calm and not really be on some angry stuff. Cause I'm gonna tell y'all.
Just say what you gotta say. Angry shit. You go from angry shit. It's okay.
Hey, man,
It's okay,
man. I ain't trying to get you mad, but all I'm saying is at the end of the day, like for a little minute, like I was angry for a little minute, but like I said, over time, like I overcome some obstacles in my life, and it made me a lot calmer and happier, and then it shows in my artwork and stuff like that.
But hold on, let me cut you off real quick. This is what I tell all my clients at work, man. There's nothing wrong with anger. Sometimes anger can drive us to do incredible stuff.
Right.
It's about those decisions
How you
that you make while you're angry.
Right. Yeah.
That's
How
true.
you pick and choose.
That's true.
What I told you out there. When God created you, He created you whole. He know your flaws. He know your weaknesses. He know all of that. So if He said you good, why you second guessing yourself? Why we can't? Like I made a video the other day. We have to trust ourselves fully.
Yeah.
We have to accept our flaws. We have to accept our best parts of ourselves. We gotta accept it for what it is, and you work towards it spiritually, mentally, emotionally, correctly. Like I told y'all before, I'm reading a book. It's called. I finished reading it. It was Way of a Superior Man. I recommend all men to get that book. It really helps you open up your eyes spiritually, mentally,
What's up, President Keisha?
like mentally, spiritually, emotionally. It shows you your power as a man, the way God designed us to have a power and an authority. You see what I'm saying? So it helps you, but it helps you as in being a husband, being a boyfriend, a girlfriend. It's more for just, it's really men, women, and whoever else want to read it. Women can read it too, but it's Superior Man is a mindset, because how you feel about yourself, that's what the circle you're gonna have. That's the stuff you're gonna interact in. That's the stuff the way you move, the stuff the way you work. You know what I'm saying? So when we elevate from a low vibration to a mid to a high vibration, bro, you're gonna have those people around you that's gonna put you in that place to where, you know what, I'm actually walking in what God got for me. You see what I'm saying? That's why I say we gotta watch as men, and it's not just men, it's women. Even when we gotta teach our kids, you could be whatever you put your mind to. Never take your children's imagination. And that's the thing that God made. He gave us imagination for a reason. He wants us to use that. That's where you can manifest your life. You can manifest your family, your kids, everything off on how you think about yourself, how you view yourself. Do you agree with what God said about you in the beginning when He said you were good? He said we should do greater things. Do you believe what God said about you? You said you're good, you believe it? Now we have to walk in confidence. You have to walk in, you gotta have confidence and be bold walking with God.
It took me time to get there though, cause for me, I really want believing in God. I was just out there doing me for real.
And ain't nothing wrong with that though. You know.
But then some past experience, like I said, had humbled me to like really be on my like spiritual and believe in God and pray more.
You have to find your own path, though. That's all it's ever been about.
Oh yeah, for real. You gotta have them trials and tribulations.
Yes.
Yeah, that path to, you know, finding your own spirituality, I think a lot of times people get caught up on the thing that it's just linear. That there's only one way to find that path to your spirituality. Too many people just think, oh, this is the only way, you know, you have to do it this way, and it doesn't really work like that because everybody experiences different things.
Right.
You know, you've been through things that I haven't been through, just like I've been through things that you haven't been through. But some way or another,
Facts.
we, you know, and that's something me and you share in common because we was kind of on the out.
This is kind of for real. There, y'all got it from the trenches, from the
Yeah,
mud.
we was both kind of on the outs of far as, you know, this, that, and so forth happening, all this, you know, crap and trial, tribulation, all of it. It was something that it was a quote that Martin Lawrence said in one of his comedy specials.
Run and tell that.
Right? Exactly. Run and tell that. When he said, no one is immune to the trials and tribulations.
Amen.
Strong fact.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So a lot of times you may be asking, like, damn, why is it always seeming like it's always me?
Yeah.
Now realizing it's a lot of other people going through the same thing, and hell, in some cases, worse.
And you know what, bro? What's funny about that? To this day, I still ask myself that sometimes. I mean, it'd be at moments, complete moments of weaknesses, but that's what put us on this earth. We have to be able to overcome that trial because it's nothing but tests.
Yeah.
And the more tests you
sir.
take, the more adapt
sir.
that you're able to get through those tests. And then
Yes, sir.
by the time you get to that test, it's nothing.
It's nothing.
And that's kind of what Jew was talking about when you was talking about your book that you read. Something I've been kind of getting more deep off into and kind of studying a little bit is far as the Japanese code of Bushido. And it is a whole thing about being
Hey, bro. This is mad culture right here. I will respect it.
Hey, let me tell you this. God said, study to show thyself approved.
Yeah.
So God didn't say just study the Bible only. Think about it. He left Jerusalem, and where did he go? He traveled. He gained a different mindset, a different level of peace and love.
So
Yes,
with the Bushido code or the code of the Roman,
Right.
it's a thing of where it teaches men how to have a certain code about themselves, how to have a code of honor, how to have a code of respect and humility.
I love the Japanese culture. It's all about honor and discipline.
About yourself, how to have, you know, a code
I love
of
it.
some kind of compassion. Just because you go through a bunch of things that's like hard, and a lot of men go through a lot of hard things, but that does not mean that you cannot still have that code of humbleness, that code of humility, and that code of humanity, you know, and compassion.
Yeah.
So
That's true. Yeah. That's And it's so funny, man. All these different cultures and different mindsets. If you really think about it, bro, we break outside of what society is trying to put us in this box, and the world trying to put us in this box, and religion trying to put us in this box, bro. That's what you think Jesus did when he left Jerusalem. He went to a different place. He probably was with the monks, learned how to meditate on a whole nother level. Everybody basically has their own way of praising God, but at the end of the day, bro, we're praising God. That's what he wants for us. He wants us to live a more abundant life. He said we shall do greater things, travel, grow,
Art of war.
Art of war, right? Exactly.
Art of war.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
Exactly, Meech.
it's a lot of it. What a lot of people don't realize is a lot of this stuff is essentially the same thing.
Yes.
Like with Buddhists, I think it's karma. Basically, what you put out into the world is what you get back.
Yeah. So
Isn't that
Reap what you sow.
and isn't that the same thing as do unto others
as you would have them do unto you?
Correct.
Correct. Exactly. Yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
said it better myself. Come as you are.
Yes. Come as you are.
Mhm.
Yes. So we stating all these things to show that, like, everybody is going to experience God at a different level, in a different way. I might experience God on my path a different way that Alan experienced God.
Oh, yeah, facts.
Pete might experience God different than how Eric experienced God. But the thing about it is, we can't serve God the same because God made all of us different. So all of us are going to have a different experience with God.
Yeah.
So when you understand that and you get outside of the box of what the world trying to tell you, it's basically you have to live because, like you said, my weakness might not be the same as Pete's weakness.
That's correct.
Pete's weakness might be, let's say he I know you don't do this, but let's say you snore lines.
Whoa!
I'm just saying, let's just say. Let's say your weakness is a drug addiction. Mine might be like strip clubs and women. You see what I'm saying? But that's my sin. But look, that's my sin though. You see what I'm saying?
You said what now?
That's my sin.
No, what was it again?
No, I said if you addicted to cocaine, I'm addicted to women.
Oh,
You see what I'm saying?
And the cocaine.
But I'm just saying though, like, whatever hinders you from getting to your full potential in yourself is what is considered your sin. You see what I'm saying?
yeah, I can.
So, me, if I have a lust issue, Nick over here weak. I'm being for real. I'm being real about it
I'm
though.
telling you, I don't.
I'm being real though, for real
You
though.
really be your eyes. You get a good certain look, and I'll just be.
I'm just being real though, for real though. If you had a, I know he's not. Oh no, he's not. But I'm just saying, if you had a drug addiction and I have a lust addiction, no sin is greater than the other, right?
Yeah.
So that's my sin. My sin is keeping me from reaching my full potential. So your sin is keeping you from reaching your full potential. So that's why God say no sin is greater than the other.
Right.
Yep, facts.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not. So I can't judge you. Like you say, that's why they say, pull out the log of your own eye before you pull out the log of mine.
Beautiful.
So my whole thing is, I can't judge you because I got a sin. It might be different from yours, but I got my own sin.
Yeah, that's true.
What you got to say, E? Don't jump in easy, E.
So if you put
Easy.
those things together, then
Easy. Easy.
Oh man, I love it.
But yes.
Some people that have a good time.
Yes. Okay, hold on. What Keisha said? Keisha said, what makes everybody want to experience God? Like, what's the driving factor behind it? I think that's the experiences you go through. When you trying to do it without God and God keeps telling you like, hey, either you gonna let me do it, you gonna do it my way or you gonna do it your way. Oh, okay, well let me know when you're doing trying and I'll take over. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got something you want to add or you want to say something? You don't say something. You ain't said it.
I think he got something to
Oh
say.
yeah, y'all go get it.
When it
I
comes
mean, you
to
said you want to say
that,
something. You said it.
No.
Go on, P. What you gonna say, P?
I said just in humanity in general, it seems like we've been always searching for something, purpose, a reason. Damn sure after we conquered everything that was, the worst beast that ever been. Touching this motherfucking earth. After that, we searching for something.
Right.
Always searching for something.
It's
I
true.
just believe, a high level of playing is the next thing.
I would say just from my own personal experience, is where I got. What you got to say?
Sit back, boy.
That's how I came to my belief. Is yes, part of it was from the Bible, but a lot of it was from my own personal experience, just from different situations, and pretty much everybody here can attest to those. It was plenty of situations where I'm like, man, like, how am I gonna get out of this? And the fact that I did, I'm like, bro, that went in but God. So for me, that's how I know, to me, that God is real. Because, like I said, it's been plenty of situations that I've been in where I'm like, bro, yep, I'm cooked.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Hold on, let me read this comment. He said, that's vague. I mean, genuinely, like, your life, what happened? Did you lose a job, etc.?
I can say,
Okay.
Huh?
It's on live.
No, it's a comment on the live. What you were saying, Ed? What you were saying, bro?
I can just say when I was young,
I don't know. Yeah, y'all gotta be quiet.
I'm chilling, bro. You gonna talk or you gonna be talking?
Yeah, say what you gotta say. Don't stop thinking about it so hard, man. You good, bro.
Man, I ain't really thinking about it hard. I'm just, I ain't used to this camera. I'm trying to,
Go ahead and say what you were gonna say, Ed.
So
He's a
I'm
little
trying to
shy.
say-
He's shy, guys. Y'all, he's shy.
I'm gonna say this, like when I was young, like in my 20s, I was young, dumb, and stupid. I used to just do what I wanted to do. Couldn't nobody tell me shit
That's
at
all
all.
of us.
Period.
Yeah.
I ain't even fuck who it was. So, it was situations I got caught up in, and I was like, is there a God type stuff? You know what I'm saying? Outside of work or in streets or whatever I was doing, like, I was just like, is there a God? Like, how I'm gonna get myself out of the situation? Cause like my professor, like when I tried to go to college at the time, he used to be like, it's easy to get in trouble, hard to get out of trouble. So like when I got into trouble, I used to look up to the sky, and be like, I don't get up out of this. And somehow, some kind of way, a miracle came with certain stuff that happened, and I get out of it. You know what I'm saying? And in my head, I'm like, I'm fucked, I'm cooked. I think this is it right here. But then as time go by, past experience, as I get older, because when you get older, you get wiser. So it's like, when I got in my late 20s going into my 30s, then that's when I be like, okay, it's a God for real. And then as I get older, I started to see more and more past experience happen to me that humbled me more. Because you know how I was when I first.
I know. I told you first I met y'all, I said, you want to fight? Off the gate. Out the gate, I told Al, you want to fight? You want to throw hands?
True
You
story.
want to shoot the one?
Yeah,
We want to shoot the one?
True story.
You want to shoot the one?
But as time go forward, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't do this shit by myself. I had people along the way that helped me get to where I'm at. Like, everybody. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't make it seem like this is me. Because in some form or fashion, you're going to have to talk to somebody. You're going to have to ask for advice and help and pray at the same time to get to where you at. So, you know what I'm saying? As time go forward, I'm just humble. I'm just trying to heal and just trying to stay prayed up as much as possible. Because that's all you can really do.
Right.
So you're going to have to put God ahead of everything that you're trying to achieve and maintain and all this stuff.
Yeah, seek
You know
ye
what
the kingdom of God, bro.
I'm saying?
But Robin Hood, you said that's vague. I mean, genuinely, like, your life, what happened? Did you lose your job, etc.? I can't answer that because my experience may be different from yours. Like, all of us had different experiences where we experienced God, where we knew, like, okay, I know what I need to rely on, what I need to do. You know what I'm saying? But for you, like, I can't say what's going to make you want to experience God. Like P said, your soul is going to be searching for something that's fulfilling, and material stuff is not it. But it's up to you in your life. That's your decision how you experience God, on how you walk, and if you want to change your life, your mindset, your thinking. I honestly be like, seek God. Like you said, seek ye the kingdom of God. I'm not saying just jump in the Bible and read the Bible, abide by everything in the Bible. You have to experience God outside of the church, outside of the Bible. You have your own personal life that you're going to experience God in. When things were bad, they transcended, then they end up getting better. And it's like, you know, you made it through situations where you're like, damn, I don't even know how I made it through that. That ain't nothing but God.
But that's what I was meaning by it's all in your personal journey. That's why I said
Yes.
before, because it all starts within you, your foundation, where you been, where you're going, who you are. Everything builds up from the past to build who you are for the future.
Right, exactly. Exactly. Yes. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just because you made a mistake in your past, Al, that don't mean that you're gonna have a fucked up future.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Oh, yo, I got a better future.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep saying I had help along the way. So
I can
I'm gonna
for
say
sure
that.
say you got a great
I'm gonna say
present.
that shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Real shit.
that's like what I had put out in one of my more recent videos on TikTok and on Facebook.
Follow him.
That whatever your past is, that does not have to dictate where you're going.
Fair.
Yes, you do, and a lot of people will say, well, I can't dwell on the past. And you're absolutely right. You're not supposed to dwell on the past, but you still want to hold that past close to you so you know where you came from, so that way you can better see where you're going.
Exactly. That's true. Let me read this comment real quick, y'all.
Alright,
Miss
bro.
Monique Powell said, sometimes God gives you signs that will show, hey, stay away from that. But as people, we try to be blind to the signs until he brings something in your life that can't be fixed or pushed to the side. So that's when you have to surrender and say, I can't do it anymore. I have nothing else to give. I'm leaving it to you now, God. Yes, that's true. That's everybody come to a realization in their life that you run to that brick wall and it's just like, Lord, I can't do this.
But that's actually a good story because let me tell y'all, everybody that known me in the past 20 years, I was a worry word, bro. High anxiety, worry about everything, that stuff that I couldn't control. But my brother's right here. They told me sometimes you just gotta let it go and let God handle it. And at the time, I had that Al experience of saying, okay, is he really paying attention? Why is all this bad stuff happening?
Well, Corey, Matt, appreciate you tapping in.
But at the same time, you have to be able to just trust the process.
Yeah, it's very true.
Appreciate that
That's what I'm talking about.
Monique.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very true.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes, I agree with that. It's
It did not come easy either.
man. I think I got to a point where really, I'm always transparent. I'm be very transparent. The turning point in my life, from the beginning of everything, the turning point in my life, I can honestly say that I really realized what it was when I had Kyrie and he was snatched from me. You know what I'm saying? That situation, I couldn't do nothing. Like, I was crashing out bad. Like, this my son, bro. Like, no, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was crashing out bad behind that. Kyrie changed me as a man. He taught me really how to love more. Because the first time I saw him up on that table and I rubbed my pinky on his foot and he wrapped his hand, man, I just started bawling.
Oh
But
Them kids do that.
But that point that I got to the point where I got broke down by the situation with my oldest son, man, I was like, Lord, I was crying, Lord, I can't do this without you. I need you to take this. I can't carry this. And so that right there, man, that changed me. And I just like, you know what, from now on, Lord, I'm just going to trust you. I just changed my mindset. Yeah, I was hustling backwards. Man, I was hustling backwards. But I never gave up. Trusting God and kept pushing.
So I think for me with my son, like, and you know, you, Ben, Eric, Nick, Paris, y'all all know that, especially with my oldest son. So, believe it or not, I was like
Crashing.
like not crashing out, but like scared, like out of my mind. I'm like, okay, I'm 30 something. I'm just now having my first child. you know, and thankfully, me, before my dad passed, we got a chance to repair our relationship. And y'all, of course, know that, you know, for 22 years, I didn't see my dad. And I'm like, okay, every day I'm, you know, before he had even came into the world, I'm like, okay, what if I screw this up? What if I screw this up? And really, who finally just like sat me down and just talked to me about it was Paris. Like, bro, you know what this like. You know what that feels like. You know what it is to not have your dad there. So just off that strength alone,
That's right.
you gonna be okay. Stop worrying. You got us around you. We not gonna let you fall. And that's something I had to learn because, again, like I said, every day I'm constantly worrying like what if I do this and what if I do this wrong and what if I'm not, you know, showing them enough attention. And as really just as a parent, period, whether you know, a mom or dad, you do worry about those things. You do worry about if you, one, working too much and not spending enough time with your child. But then on the flip side, you worried about if, you got the time there, but am I, like, doing enough far as, you know, making sure my child has everything they need. And that's something I had to realize. You don't have to get caught up in being so you know, yes, you want to provide for your children, but you don't have to get so caught up in, as they say, keeping up with the Joneses.
Yeah.
Long as your child pretty much knows that, hey, this is my mom, this is my dad, you know, regardless of what happens, I know that they're gonna be there. I know that they're here for me. I know that I can go to them.
Facts. My homeboy, what up, Robin? He said, hustling backwards. I appreciate that, Julius Parker III. He said, did you solve the hustling backwards or are you still figuring it out? This rap, remember I used to ride in your trunk like, man, listen, we used to be on the east side, man. We used to hop in, I had that Toyota Corolla. Long story short, we used to hop I used to pack everybody in. Two folks used to hop in the trunk. We used to drive around playing basketball, hooping against everybody, bro. Everybody just hop out the car and hoop. Like, we was running the whole neighborhood over there in Bridlewood. Like, it was dope. But, yeah, man, like, that was the beginning stages of child support. You hustling backwards. You getting yourself together. And you can't do nothing but keep going. You gotta trust the process. You gotta keep grinding. That's the only thing I could do was keep grinding. Because I was like, man, I ain't finna let this beat me. What? Man, all right. All I can do is hit that clock more. Hit that clock more.
You gotta keep going because time wait for no man.
Exactly. I can't let that beat me. I can't. Man, I know a lot of men, and man, I pay child for both my boys. A lot of men will be like, man, I'll quit my job. For what? Fuck no. I'm not doing that. I'm not quitting my job because I'm on child support now, bro. I'm just gonna hit that clock a little bit more. I'm gonna keep on grinding. I'm gonna keep on going. Like, I had a lot of moments I was like, man, I don't want to do this. Why I gotta go through this? Why? Why me?
Why?
Good father go through the worst shit. That's what it is. And so it took me to this year to really, God really gave me a full understanding. He had to allow me to go through that. Because I wouldn't have been the man I am today if I hadn't gone through that. Trials and tribulations we go through, man, it pushes you to your purpose of what you're supposed to be doing. It wakes you up to be like, you know what? I didn't deserve that. I ain't loving myself enough. Let me love myself enough. Let me take care of myself enough. Let me look at myself the way God said. I should be more confident in myself. I should trust myself. Like I made that real this week. Can y'all trust yourself? After you make a bad decision, you make another bad decision. You make another bad decision.
No.
Either you're going to look at that like these are L's as in losses or these are lessons. How you look at the cup, half full or half empty. So are you going to trust yourself to be like, you know what? The Lord said, I'm good. I should do greater things. I have a more abundant life. Am I going to trust myself to be like, Lord? Because how can you, if you ain't trusting yourself, you ain't trusting God. Then God made you, we made in his image, right?
That's right.
So, as a man, and this out of that Well Superior Man book, no matter what decision you make in your life as a man, whether it's a good decision or a bad decision, it's a win-win. Because if you make the right decision, you're going on to the next. If you make the wrong decision, now you know what not to do again. It's a win.
Now you might have to go back a little bit, but you gained that knowledge and experience.
Yeah.
And then you just gonna go 2-3 steps forward.
Yeah.
And like I always say, regardless of what it is you dealing with and what it is you're going through, yeah, it looks bad now, but you gotta look at it this way. Did you wake up again today? Each time and each day you wake up, that's another chance and another opportunity to improve that situation you in. No, it may not happen today. It may not happen tomorrow, a week, year from now, but every time you wake up, every day you wake up, that's another chance and opportunity you got to make this situation that you're in better.
You know, I got a saying about that, and it's a simple one. Bad times don't last forever. Bad storms don't last forever.
Facts.
What's that?
Yeah, that's, and I think that as men, like, as men, when it comes to the mental health part, like, we really take a lot of slack when it comes to our kids. We take a lot of slack when it comes to our kids. Like,
Oh, yeah.
especially, man, like, especially if you're not married or if you have kids by a woman and you're not with them, like, I think that you catch a lot of slack because it's like, I'm just the type, I don't double back. Like, I'm good. Like, if it didn't work, it just didn't work. But my whole thing is I'ma always have respect for you. I'ma definitely always have respect for you. But at the same time, it's like, I can't sit here and worry about what you got going on and how you gonna affect me spending time with my son because of what we can't get along with. You see what I'm saying? Because our issue is not his issue. You see what I'm saying? And so we catch a lot of slack because I'm the type of person, I handle it, it's like business with me. It's no emotions. Like, okay, boom. I want this for my son, I want to do this for my son, boom, boom, boom. If you try to come in between that, all right, Lord, I'll let you handle it. Because I've been on that end where everything, I'm snapping, I'm crashing out. For what? Look where it got me. No matter what I did for my boys, it still got me to where I am right now. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, there's always a different side of the spectrum I can look at. I can see it on this side of Coca-Cola, what if I turn it this way? You see what I'm saying? Either way it go, I'm trusting in God with the hardest parts of my life. And that takes a lot of strength and a lot of mental, spiritual discipline. It really, really does. And I think that as you get older as a man, you start seeing things like that because you be like, you know what, bro, I'm not going to waste my energy on this. I can put that energy somewhere else. Right.
One thing I do, and I do this with both of my boys, it's a little convoluted with my youngest son. We're going to pray about it, let God handle
I'm
it.
still learning.
But one thing I tell my boys every time I'm getting ready to leave from them, I have them repeat this saying, and it goes, I am intelligent, I am smart, I am great,
Yes.
I am handsome.
Yes.
Then
I'll say
I
that
also
too.
have
Tell them
I
you say.
also have them
Yes.
repeat after me and say, I can, I will, I must.
Yes. And you teaching them that, you teaching them to manifest how they want to walk in their spiritual and mental as young men. And that's very important that we do that to our sons, our daughters. Pour into them, teach them a way of thinking, a high vibration. We trying to get away from letting our kids think that, oh, well, I might not be that. No, you are. You can do anything you want to. You're the best. You're legendary.
I'll tell anybody that.
You're beautiful. You're handsome. Don't let nobody tell you that's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're very, very intelligent. You speak that into them, then they gonna start. My mom told me this. And they take everything you say as bond.
Yeah, I think especially with fathers, I think they should definitely instill the confidence of within their children to, like, you know, at different times when they, you know, facing different obstacles and what have you, they should always think back to, like, wait a minute, hold up, I'm tripping. Like, yeah, I'm going through this, but wait a minute, no, hold up. My dad, man, I forgot who the hell my dad was. My dad, Raziel Kane. My dad, Julius Park. My dad, Ben Stevens. I know who the hell I came from. No, I'm tweaking. I let these people
Get me off my pivot.
get me off my pivot. Like, man, like,
I tell all
I
my
forgot
kids that, bro.
who the hell my dad was. Like, I come from this man. No, okay.
Bria
Focus,
left
Bria
the
just-
compliment. Bria left the comment. Bria said there should be open conversation between parents and we can move forward with things. But people gotta understand the world don't revolve around. The world don't stop just because you want the kids. Understand that both parties need to work together. Each schedules. Yeah, that's true. You're right, sis. That's true. But everybody don't operate on that time. Everybody definitely don't operate on that time.
I see another comment.
It said, oh, my homeboy, he was like, to the panel, how many of you are under a mental health professional or therapist, patchwork, hypnotherapy?
I'm seeing the therapist.
So I'm sorry to cut y'all off. So my mama has a degree in background in therapy, so I've learned a lot from her before she passed away. God rest her soul. From her. So she's taught me a lot of it. So she was. I got a free therapist, and I'm proud to say it. So
That's a blessing. What you gonna say? You good? You ain't got ready to have what you talk. You want to raise the hand like we in school? That boy said.
Shoot, man. Nah, somebody. Go ahead.
Man, you
Talk,
talk,
G.
speak your mind.
Man, speak your mind, bro. Man, just talk.
He shot.
It's
y'all.
conversation, bro. Just talk.
yeah, hey, don't even look at that camera, bro. It's the same conversation.
Look
we
at
always
TV,
had,
look at
bro. I'm not even looking at that camera, bro. I'm looking at y'all.
Really are. This is just a conversation between all of us.
Yeah,
Nick, what's some input you got?
What you got? What you think about it? And mental health as being a father, you know, how your son views you, how your mindset work when having to pour to him despite whatever you're going through.
I mean, like I said, at the end of the day, one thing is we have to realize is our kids, they look at us. They gonna look at us.
Yep.
So the things we do, they gonna, if we doing wrong, they gonna feel like it's okay to do wrong. So as Julia was saying earlier, they look at us as Superman, and when we can't be that Superman, it is like basically another issue that we have to go through. We looking at it like we already got the weight of the world, we got whatever else going on, and then now I can't be Superman for my kids. So I'm like, that plays a big part and a big role on your mentality, especially like you said, if you're not in a relationship or you're not married, you're not with a person, you feel like your kid is your only thing. Only thing that you got.
On God.
That's what you work for.
On
You feel
God.
like your kid is your only thing. So when your kid is disappointing you or they don't look at you as that person, that's like unexplainable hurt as a man. Because you looking at it like, I'm doing everything I can and my kid's disappointed in me. Like, I'm trying to find the right way to put it.
Just speak it, bro. How do you feel it? How do you feel it? Just say it.
But I mean, it plays on your mental. It plays on your mental because as a man, when you are a present father, your biggest thing is making sure that your kid's straight. That's your biggest thing.
Yes.
Like nothing else matters. Like as long as my kid's straight. If my kid ain't straight, then what am I doing wrong? Like that really plays on your mental, and that like really affects you in the long run. So I mean, I feel like that's as a man, more than anything else you could possibly go through, jobs, relationship, or whatever. I feel like your kids. I feel like that's the biggest thing that's gonna affect you as a mental, especially when you care about your kid and your kid is your most important thing. I feel like that's the biggest thing that's gonna play on your mental. Like anything else, it's gonna hurt, it's gonna set you back or whatever. But when it comes to kids, bro,
99 the light behind them. 99 the light behind them. I swear.
when it comes to the kids, that's a different kind of hurt.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, what I be saying, I feel sorry for the first man that break my daughter's heart.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna speak that into existence because first off, ain't nobody gonna break your daughter's heart.
I don't know.
We speaking that into existence. Not physically, but we speaking that. We speaking that. We speaking that. We gonna speak. I know he talking about.
Yo, it'll be probably like that scene off Bad Boys. What was it, 2?
Yeah.
No, I say the Den of the Deeds. 50 Cent said.
Oh, yeah, that one too. That was good.
Yeah, boy, too young.
I'm waiting on it, boy.
Alright,
Yeah, I definitely
He's like, hey,
get the way the crazy
Y'all something you wanna add today?
it came out pretty.
Y'all see you wanna add to that?
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Just you're putting me on front. You putting me on front street.
Come on, E. Come on, man. Come on.
What's your input?
What's your input,
What's
big
your
dog?
input,
What's your
sir?
input, E?
Man.
Everybody talking on the panel. Everybody talking. You got a lot of wisdom to give. Just talk.
I know you do.
Talk.
You told me some of the wild stuff I've ever heard in my life. You just shy. That's all it is.
Yeah, I don't do this kind of stuff. I
Okay.
just-
You got something you want to add, people? You got something you want to add, big dog?
Give the question.
Like. Man, listen. No, like, what else? What do you have to add to what Nick said? You have to add anything else too about mental health, as in like your kids, anything like that? Like anything you want to add to what he said? Pick it back off of Nick.
Them kids gonna mess up your mental health. Let me tell you.
Man.
Just get up, man.
Malcolm O, appreciate you tapping in, big homie. My homeboy said, "Speak. You might save somebody's life."
You should.
Keep on talking.
That's a
Keep
good
on
point.
talking. Keep on talking.
That's beautiful, bro.
Whatever happens, man, just get up. Get up. You get knocked down, get up. Don't stop. Keep going.
Keep going.
That reminds me of
Sometimes
the
you
song.
don't never get your mental right. You probably never will. This fight never stops. Nothing is gonna go
Nope.
away. Nothing is gonna get over. But don't stop.
Facts.
Because life gonna keep going. Even if you in yours, life keep going. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I know that sounds dark.
Nah, bro.
No, it's true. It's the truth. Speak the truth.
Yeah.
We speaking number true.
Yeah,
Number
we
true.
don't
Be
make no
yourself. Speak how you feel.
Bad times don't last forever.
I know that's right.
But bad
People
guys-
set their world up in a view.
Mm-hmm.
It don't work. But don't know there's a whole nother universe over on this side.
Right.
It may not go the way that you wanted to go or you pictured your shit to be, but it might even be better over there. Some shit that you never even thought of.
Yeah.
So
Be open minded, just like he said.
just keep going. Ain't no stop. It's a marathon.
Yes.
And it don't take it that serious. Cause you
Don't nobody make it out of line no way.
exactly.
I felt you was finna try to water that comment down.
It's your life. Live it how you want to.
Yes.
Do what you want to do. Go where you want to go. See what you want to see.
Yes.
Cause I had a template of life from my grandfather, mother, people I've seen around, and honestly, I tried to do the same thing. Bit me in the ass, and then I'm gonna be twisted. Man. I'm probably finna go back, but I'm finna twist it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take what I learned and use it
Jarrell, thank you for tapping in.
in a way of betterment. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of things I missed out on. Just drilling myself, grinding.
Yeah.
You know, trying to get this paper, thinking that I had to do it this way.
Yes.
Missing out on fun times.
Yeah.
You know, certain interactions that I should have did. Beat my body down to the point where I'm too tired to actually spend time with my kids, spend time with my wife like I'm supposed to. And no, not again.
Yeah.
Next time, whatever I do gonna work for me. Not the other way around. E. Stop talking, man.
Alright, okay.
You can say something in life, bro.
Alright.
God gave you a voice. Speak, bro.
Let's have a question. It's hard for us to talk without somebody really addressing us directly.
So,
I hate to
how,
say that.
let me ask him. Aaron, what's that saying that I hold so valuable to me that you told me a long time ago, bro? What's that saying?
Told you a lot of stuff.
About the money, bro.
Oh, the money. Oh, you can't take it with you.
And what else did you say?
You gotta live. Why do you work? You don't.
Yeah.
If you don't.
Enjoy
Why do you
yourself.
work if you don't enjoy life?
Bro, I have been holding that. What age were we when you told me that? About 19, 20, 21?
About 19, 20.
About 19, 20. So, can I, wait, I've already told you this off camera, of course. Can I tell you that that's why, as far as my paycheck for my family, that's why you can't tell me shit about it today, because that's who I grind for. That's how I know you got something to say, bro. And that's why I don't want you to be shy to say it.
I mean, it's not about being shy.
Y'all talking about serious stuff.
I mean, I don't really.
Fast, motherfucker. They're trying to light it up.
That's what I mean. I'm just getting him to see the point.
But let me say this. E, you've been through so much. You've been through a lot. And this blood, you like my little brother. Like, we grew up together in West End on Hall Street. Like, bro, like, you like my little brother I never had, bro. So, during that rough period of time, bro, like, I thought I lost you. I ain't gonna even count. Cause when Ben called me at work, bro, bro, I was fucked up. Bad.
Shit, that's cool.
I ain't gonna even count, bro. Like, I'm gonna be transparent. Like, this like my little brother. Like, bro, that was not cool, bro. It wasn't.
I was at work. I was like, goddamn.
God brought you through.
Birmingham, Alabama, when that happened.
God gave you another chance. He gave you that voice to speak.
And of course,
You can help somebody else with your situation you've been through. And I'm not gonna speak on it. When you want to speak on it, you'll talk about it. But you might help somebody else that might go through something that'd be similar. I'm just gonna say that.
Let me ask a question. Mentally wise, given that situation.
You right, bro.
Let's not talk about particulars or give any information or names, but how did you make the trip?
I made it through with God, just fucking,
Yeah, but what did you tell yourself on another end?
Just
We all
another
got
day.
that.
Just another day.
Just another day.
Just another day.
I hear you.
That's what you said when you was in the hospital. That's what you told us.
That's
so
how I
it
look
is.
at stuff. I look at stuff like,
Yes. Make it to the next one.
we all
Man.
go through. I mean, you gonna always go through something. As long as you live on this earth, you gonna always go through something.
Yep.
But only you can keep you in that spot. Like, there's nothing wrong with having enthusiasm. You can turn it around.
You sure can.
Yeah, that's true.
You can believe in it until it's true. I mean, like, it don't work with everything, but
Right.
it just,
Yeah.
without hope, is no point in nothing.
Right.
That's right.
I mean, that's just how I feel. Like, I looked at it as another day in life. But then I take my stuff that I go through and, like, it's God. I mean, it's a test.
Amen.
It's either you pass or you fail. Like, I just look at it like that.
Yeah, that's true.
I try not to think about stuff, too heavily, because we don't want to.
Yeah, we don't want to scare ourselves. I feel
Because
you.
when we overthink situations, we make them worse than what they are.
That's true.
Yep.
Big facts.
So,
Big facts.
You taught me that, bro.
yeah,
You one of the ones that taught me that.
so you can't overthinking things. It don't really help. You gotta, go roll with what works with you. God always gonna show you what. So I look at it like that.
coming into sessions. I asked the question: if you don't have a mental therapist or you don't have a therapist or mental health professional, why not, man? Me personally, when I went through what I went through, going through my divorce and everything, I ain't gonna even lie. I went to God and said, Lord, you my therapist. I don't need one. I told him that. I spoke that over my life because, like he said, you in a situation, but you can't absorb it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta take it for what it is, roll with the punches, and when it's over, you gotta get out of there. Because if you stay too long or you think too long, it may cost you more. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta flow. Sometimes you ain't got time to sort through emotions. You tuck them down in the subconscious and keep going. You pray about it, you let them go and keep moving. Because a lot of times emotions slow you down.
I got one.
Mm-hmm.
Mine more so is not a really even a financial thing, but to me, and that's no gripes to anybody that's going to therapy, until you had a termination session, they set it up to where you feel like you always have to come back to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it is like you have to ask you. That's why it's important to have a great therapist rather than just a therapist.
Mm-hmm.
You can get good advice and guidance from a stranger, but you can also get guidance and advice from your best friends.
Yeah, that's true. You right, bro.
And who know you.
Yeah,
Everybody
you
in
can't
this
talk
room
about
has
it.
helped me
Yeah.
in some form, shape, or way.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are my therapists.
But honestly though, when I was on the game with y'all remember when I went through that divorce? Y'all didn't even know I was going through a divorce.
I did.
Right. I promise I didn't.
It shocked me.
I didn't tell nobody because I was like, I don't want to mess this up. I want to live in the moment, enjoy my guys, play the game, make it through. And then it was like, I couldn't hold it in no more. Man, that's why I say, these my guys who I told y'all about 10 episodes ago. Like, we laugh, we cuss each other out, we crack on each other, we cry together. Like, I mean, we are each other therapists. We lean on one another. Like, the most beautiful part is when you can get black men together to sit here and open up and be transparent about their life and their growth and spiritually and mentally. That's like the most beautiful thing ever. Because deep conversations rule the nation. For everything. For real.
I think for me, and this is not, I'm not saying that going to a therapist is a bad thing.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Early on when I was younger, I think what initially shied me away from therapists was I had got to a point, especially when I got in my teens, where like I had like really, really bad, deep-seated anger issues because of things I had went through before I got to be a teenager. And when I was going to the whole anger management thing, it was too much of, oh, you're not supposed to be angry, and then I'm like, wait a minute, you're an anger management therapist, and you're telling me I'm not supposed to be angry. In fact, you're supposed to tell me that, hey, it's okay to be angry. The issue is what you do when you're angry.
Right.
And then when I kind of realized, I'm like, yeah, I just kind of did your damn job for you. So I'm like, yeah, I think I'll get away from this and figure this out on
Yeah,
my
so
own.
excuse my friend, that's bullshit.
And for me, what I found is that helps me out a lot with my, mental health is the gym. For me, going into that gym, like everything I'm dealing with at that particular time, I put all of that on them weights. Whatever it is what I'm dealing with. Hell, like last year, shortly after my dad passed, like I was in a weird space because at that time we had repaired our relationship, but it was kind of like I was in this space of, it's like I feel weird because it's like I know I feel like I should be more sad than I am at that particular particular time, and eventually it did come out. It came out on one of them moments where I was just literally by myself, and then it came out again during Christmas of last year where I was literally with my kids watching them open their gifts, and then it just hit me out of nowhere. So
Boy, you talking right now, boy. You talking.
grief,
You passing no time limits.
dealing with grief, like that's
What up,
it's a
Carl?
weird-
Thank you for tapping in, big homie.
it's definitely a weird thing because
Well, you said
just
something,
based off,
boy.
like I said, just based off, how things were. Because my dad left when I was 7. I didn't see him again until I was 29. That's 22 years. So, like I said, even though we did repair our relationship, he got and I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for the fact that we got to repair our relationship. I'm thankful for the fact that he got a chance to meet his grandchildren. But it was just kind of like when he passed, it was just like, damn, like I don't know. I'm feeling like I'm supposed to be a hell of a lot more sad than I am at this particular time, and it was almost like I was feeling guilty because
You did
at
feel
the
it.
time I didn't.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like I was just melancholy, like I was just like I wasn't sad, but I wasn't happy. It was just,
That's dumb,
it was
man.
just yeah.
Let me tell you something, bro.
And that's a weird ass feeling.
Man, I'm on year
That's bad feeling.
I'm on year 5 without my dad, bro. And it doesn't get easier. You learn to cope with it. Like, his birthday, I'm good. But it hit that Sunday on Father's Day. Boy. But that just hit. When it hit, bro, that boy came with a vengeance, bro. I was just like, dang. I ain't want to talk to nobody. I didn't. I was just like,
I'm going
whatever.
on year number 3 myself, man. It's never like easy. You just learn, like you said, you just learn
How to
to
cope.
deal with it and cope with it. Like in their mind comes and goes and sneak up on me. Sometimes, most of the time I'm cool, calm, collected. I'm good. Y'all know me.
Yeah.
But other times I just,
Oh, yeah. Man, listen.
it just like I'm saying, just creep up on you, man.
And I'm gonna tell y'all this too. When y'all going through y'all path, when y'all elevating and stuff like that, man, and you learning and you growing, like I experienced this the last few weeks, man. That residue, things that you push down in your subconscious that you don't think about. When you elevate every part of your life. So when you elevate, all of that comes out. I had hit a emotional bump that I hadn't experienced since 6 years ago. It just came out of nowhere. Like, why do I feel some type of way about this? I got past this, but it's just stuff that you put down in your subconscious from things people may have said to you, things people have done to you. You just put it in you bear it down, and you just keep on going. But it's best you definitely need to address everything in your subconscious. But I mean, some stuff you got to think about and be like, you got to name it. That was hurtful. I don't agree with that. That was hurtful. Okay. Now you got to work on healing from that situation that happened.
That's right.
And so that's doing what you love. Like he said, he take his out with the gym. Yours might be pain. Mine might be getting up here talking on the podcast, being transparent. P's might be playing the game. Eric's might be cooking. Nick's might be working on cars. But whatever you makes you peaceful, the things that you like to do.
Give it an
I'm using
example.
examples.
Facial expression, man.
Boy, I'm cooking.
I'm just saying though. I'm just using an example. I'm just saying like.
Man, if you want to pick one that come close, that nigga gonna do shit. But anyway, I get what you're saying. Back to the thing that they talking about, man, about therapy. I'll be honest with you. It's not like commonality. Like, everybody can go search for everything that goes on, but honestly, about the harder you have to go search or do some shit, half the time you be like, man, by the time I get to a motherfucking therapist, I done went through that, find out who to call to get in touch with this motherfucker. Better yet, pick a motherfucker to get in touch with a secretary to making a point. By that time, I had already probably got over it and said, fuck it.
Right. You got a good point.
Right.
It's definitely not
It really be like that. You be like,
What? 2 tears in the bucket.
It definitely
What?
is acceptable.
Boy.
I mean,
Because-
mine be like childhood trauma. So I have to like. It took me a while to talk. I really had to talk my stuff out, and because I did a lot of crime, but y'all just don't look behind closed door. I did a lot of crime. I let it all out.
I feel like a therapist
We're coming to read.
could be, helpful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I really do. But so motherfucker, it's underlying shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest that most people would just rather say, I'd rather deal with this shit myself.
Yeah.
That's why I say you gotta have a good therapist.
Yeah.
It's a difference between a therapist that's going to There's a difference between getting a therapist that's going to want you to come back because you put money in their
Therapist
pocket.
that
Then
cares.
I gotta pay the motherfucker. It is high.
Yeah.
Everybody ain't got insurance.
Versus a therapist that
Them
wants to
motherfucking
tell you.
bills. I'm already stressing about bills or financial.
You got therapists that's going to tell you what you need to hear versus therapists that tell you what you want to hear. There's a difference.
Just so they can get a check, they don't give a fuck. We feel as if they don't give a fuck, and then some people actually do give a fuck. But
That's true.
I gotta pay about 30 of them to get to that motherfucker. Now I'm in debt. I got more shit to talk about now.
Exactly.
Well, I'm just saying.
Your time is over. You know what I'm saying? How they be like, oh, your time is up. I got like 5 more things to ask you about.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just like, I'm not saying we probably should, but it's not an easy.
Wait, we don't want that.
It's not an easy thing. It's not like this is just surface knowledge of how to go get a therapist. And if it is, it's still just not on certain people's thing. So
What he said, the subconscious shit doesn't go away. It can pass to your kids. That's true. If you don't address everything, let's say for example, you going through generational curses. So when you go through generational curse, stuff passed down from your dad to you, and it passed down to your kids if you don't deal with what you gotta deal with.
That's the one right there.
I'm gonna acknowledge that one.
thank you, baby.
We can't
I
skip
appreciate it.
Hold on, let me read Bria first comment. Bria said, not everybody can afford a therapist. You should talk to somebody so you don't have to hold emotional labor alone. That's true. That's true. And yes, therapy don't work if you lie to them people. Yeah,
Well,
you
you
said
said
exactly.
exactly.
That's true, but they don't always have the best interest for you either, though.
I
My therapist works.
Bro, I deal with this every day, man. I work with
that one. Go ahead.
I work with children. They don't do nothing but lie. If it convinces their story, man, you not. Why do you? I mean, some of them poor to see me. Some of them are administered by DHR to see me. But it don't work if you lie to me. So we're not going to get anywhere. And you then get pissed off because you feel like I'm not doing my job.
Yeah, that right there is where, and that was one of the biggest things I learned during the pandemic. You have to have some sort of accountability.
Yes.
You can sit up here and say, oh, well, this person did this to me, that, so forth. Okay, true enough, that may be true, and that doesn't excuse that person. But some point in there, you got to ask yourself, okay, how long after I seen what this person did or what this person was about, how long did I continuously stay there? So at that point, when it gets to those 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times,
What up,
some kind of accountability got to kick in. You got to be like, okay, at this point, it's on me because I've seen what this person is doing. This person clearly ain't finna change up or make better choices in how they handle me. But yet, I'm still sticking around, holding on to this hope that this person is gonna change. So, at some point in time, you gotta realize if that person is still doing this same stuff and you still there, that's on you.
What you had to say? Don't say what you had to say, big dog. The shy man is talking. Let's go.
Shy man.
Let's get it.
Mr. Shining.
I mean, therapy. I mean, like, me personally, I wouldn't have nobody to, I wouldn't pay nobody This is my problem because for the simple fact that therapy is all around me. Like I don't really feel. Some people really need someone just to talk to, and I understand that. I wouldn't disrespect that or nothing like that.
Yeah.
Everybody, everybody don't have like that, and that's okay, But for me personally, therapy is everything. You have to create your own peace.
That's right.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
right.
Talk your
There you
shit.
go.
E. Talk your
There you
shit.
go.
That's what I'm saying.
Talk your shit. E. Talk your
To
shit.
be honest with you, you can't pay for nobody to tell you what your piece is.
Say it again.
Oh my God.
You have to find.
Yes.
That's something that you find on your own.
Hey, look at my boy. Hey, that's the ball tonight. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's the ball tonight, right there. That's the ball tonight.
You get on these podcasts, that's how you supposed to talk. No, that's how you talk on these podcasts.
I knew he had some everything. Just had to drag it out of him.
The light skinned man. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Easy.
Fair. Suave.
Okay, now see, one thing I want to interject. You remember what my wife said about the mind? Some people are seeing the same picture and telling their truth on a different spectrum.
Perception.
Something like that.
Yes, you
I'm
remember?
gonna say it like this. I've seen people do a lot of teletests, right? And they both were telling the truth, but they didn't agree with how things went.
Yeah.
The events in their eyes, like first for me to feel like I'm wrong, for me to say I'm wrong, I gotta feel like I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of people that don't think they're wrong. Have not sat down and realized that they're wrong to apologize. See a different viewpoint. They always feel like their viewpoint or
It's
what
the
happened
only
to
point
them is
that's
the only
valid.
thing that goes on. Right. So yeah, some people don't know that line.
But you know what though? I want to piggyback on what you said because people don't realize two things can be the truth at the same time.
Yep.
Two things can be wrong at the same time.
That's correct.
You can look over there and you can just see a light shining through. I could be sitting right here and I can see a rainbow shining through that glass at the front door. You might not be able to see it from right there.
I will.
But yeah, you might be able to see the rainbow shining from your seat, to that front door. I can't see it because I'm the angle that I'm sitting at. But two things can be true. Yes, it's light shining through.
That's right.
And then you say it's a rainbow. I don't see the rainbow, but I'm not positioned where you positioned to see the rainbow. But that don't mean it's not there. So if a tree falls in the forest, does it make a sound?
Well, I asked that a few months ago to another
It
situation.
depends.
I don't know.
And kind of going hand in hand with also your mental
What up, Miles? Pretty tapping in, big dog.
Just wanted to touch on it just a little bit. Kind of going hand in hand with your mental health, your physical health. When your physical health is in order, it kind of gives you a boost of confidence. When you get to a point where, okay, if there's something, I always say, if there's something you want to change about yourself, then change it. You can, a good example of that is, like me, I can sit up here and say all day that I want a 4-bedroom house with 2 bathrooms, 2-car garage. Okay, absolutely, nothing wrong with that. But I gotta ask myself, what am I doing to get it?
Yes.
If my credit ain't in order, am I working on my credit? Am I even looking at houses?
Right.
If I don't have the money I'm gonna need for it,
Exactly. Facts.
am I trying to save money?
Facts.
And if I'm doing none of that, then just gotta be real and honest. Then I'm just essentially just talking shit.
You're a victim. That's a victim.
Like you
standpoint for
just
real,
basically talking shit because it's like you'll
He's just talking shit.
you'll get upset when you see everybody else that they getting a house or they getting a car, man, that's supposed to be me. That's supposed to be me. Yeah, you right. That is supposed to be you.
But hold on, that's
here's the thing. They put in the work to do it.
But I'm gonna say this too though.
hold on.
Oh,
Yeah, that is a real. That's called a victim standpoint. That's a real thing. It's a real thing, and it's jealousy is a hell of a thing. It's like you don't know how hard these folks work to get their stuff,
talking shit.
what they did,
Mm-hmm.
who they know,
Mm-hmm.
or where they been.
Mhm.
That's a victim standpoint.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's and that's the same thing I tell a lot of people in the gym. Yes, I am getting my stuff in order to be get my personal training certification. But that's one of the things I tell people in the gym, and it does apply to life. Don't ego lift. Ego lifting is okay. Paris in the gym, he get on the bench, he hitting 14. 5 reps straight, just bumping them out. And I get up under them, I be like, oh man, I can do that. I get up under them, I even get it off the rack. Bring it down, I can't get the motherfucker off my chest. Dead. Now I'm like, looking around like,
I can't breathe.
help!
Mm-hmm.
Somebody call 911. But a lot of people will do that, even coming in with the whole jealousy thing. I don't know how long that man been in there trying to hit that 400 some pounds. I don't know the countless days, nights, hell, sometimes twice a day that he been in the gym working to get to that point. And it's crazy and asinine for me to think that, oh, I can just come in from out the street, been on the couch the whole time, just up and do this. No.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, you're gonna hurt yourself doing it.
Yeah. For real.
I mean, honestly, working out physical health. You can't do physical health without, you gotta have a mindset to do that.
You sure do.
But the real reason why anybody should want to do physical health is because you want to look good for you and not for what everybody else.
Boy,
Yes, sir.
my boy.
But you wanna do that for yourself, because most folks that's looking for, you shouldn't do it because you wanna just, you should wanna do it because of the way it make you feel. If you're comfortable with it yourself, then that's just who you are. If you gonna work out like that, then you should do it like that.
Yeah.
You shouldn't do it. It shouldn't be no other reason why.
Yeah.
You go to the gym.
That's true. No facts though. No facts.
Most definitely. I definitely agree with that. And it's not, when I tell people in regards to getting themselves together physically, it's not to say, to try to downplay or downgrade how they are. It's the fact that one of my old principals told me, when you are given certain knowledge, or when you find certain knowledge, you should not hoard it to yourself.
We should.
Now, I don't.
But they say each one teach one, ain't what they say?
Of course, I don't try to. Of course, when I'm in the gym, I don't try to be pushy about it. But I'd be like,
Precious lady,
this, if you kind of just adjust this slightly.
If you don't get in the diesel count, you gotta act diesel.
If you kind of adjust this slightly, you can get even better results. And then just for the simple fact, when you get your physical health together and you start seeing those results, you start feeling better. And when you feel good, when you look good, you feel better. You continuously, trying to elevate yourself in a physical way, which then it kind of releases, believe it or not, there's scientific proof that it releases dopamine that helps you get through your day and helps you feel better about whatever it is you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Because you relieving that stress, whatever. the damn job stretching you out. You done probably been late 3 times in less than 4 weeks, and they damn near about to fire your ass, and you stressed out.
Well, what I do?
So, with being in the gym helps that. Doing some kind of physical activity helps that, and you don't have to. And the main thing I preach about the gym: tailor your workouts and your eating habits to what your goal is.
Mm-hmm.
Do not, I repeat, do not. You know you're not trying to be a bodybuilder.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go in there trying to do their workouts or eat like they do. Now, that's not to say that you can't, but if the end goal is not to do the competitions, you just kind of doing it for shits and giggles. You know what you want out of it. You know what you're trying to go for. Tailor your workouts and your eating habits to what that is.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I'm going to be honest with you. As a plump man.
As a plump man.
Big man.
The only thing we have a problem with, like, real shit, I mean, shit, you know, it's a gym. Go and exercise. You know, we get that point. It's a discipline. It's a mindset. It's a weakness in. I'm gonna say the truth. It's a weakness in the goal comes from in that particular genre for some reason.
And my thing with that is same thing I tell people in the gym. They be like, well, I can get started, but it's just continuing on, just keep going with it. Look at it this way, people. Use the same discipline in the gym that you use when you was in that shitty ass relationship that you knew you should have got out of 3 months
Yes,
into
sir.
it. 3 months
Alright.
into it.
Yo, what I'm talking about,
But
Cam.
here it is,
Let go,
2-3
Cam.
years-
Let go,
2-3
Cam.
years later,
Let go,
you still
Cam.
dealing with the same bullshit.
Okay, Cam.
Use the same
Alright,
discipline.
Caps. I'm sorry, Facebook. We call them Caps. Alright, Caps.
Use the same discipline
Alright,
to
Caps.
be in the gym the way you was being in that bullshit relationship that you should have got out
Hello,
of
man,
3
what
years
that
ago.
mean?
You better offend some of them now.
Hey, I ain't trying to offend nobody, but
That's low.
that's really
Facts.
how it is.
Facts.
You got to have that discipline. You're not gonna always feel like doing it. As much as I like going to the gym, working out, there's days where I don't feel like fucking doing it. There's days I be like, damn, this shit hurt. It would be a hell of a lot easier for me to just eat completely like shit and not work out. But I already know me. Because a lot of times, hell, I feel some type of way about really missing a day in the gym after I've been on a 5-day gym binge, and I have to tell myself, dude, that's another part of it.
Rest.
You have to
Rest.
You have to get the rest.
Yes.
Yes, you
You
can
gotta
do
take
all
the
the
rest,
work, but you gotta get the rest
It's okay to
too.
rest. Yeah.
That's the other part of getting your results. You gotta get that rest. So, yeah.
Yeah. I agree with that, though.
Can I ask another thing?
Huh?
Go ahead.
What the fuck wrong with you goddamn gym rats? Y'all don't ever want to goddamn give the secrets. I done asked 3 motherfuckers. No, I don't want to hear that. Because I done asked 3 motherfuckers about, hey man, give me some exercise. Like, write it down on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Man, you just gotta go to the gym with. Nigga, no! Give me the shit. Let me go do it.
Well,
I can do it in the front yard.
well, y'all, that's why I put out my content on TikTok as well as Facebook, because now for some people, for me, I'm one of them people. I gotta go to the gym. I tried the home workout, lasted for all of about 2 weeks. I realized
Man,
for me,
listen.
my mindset is
Man.
if I get in that car
Hey, Twin,
and
thank you
go
for
to
tapping
the
in, Twin.
if I get in that car and go to the gym, ain't no motherfucking way I ain't going in there, bitch, because I done got up
I'm
in the car.
Right.
to go to the
Yeah.
gym. Oh, it don't matter if I don't feel like doing it. The thing is, your ass don't always feel like going to work. But you know if you don't go to work,
you ain't gonna get paid.
you eventually gonna get fired. You get fired, then shit start getting cut off. She start getting cut off. Then you
That bitch died, bro.
Is it dead?
Nah, it ain't dead.
Oh, okay.
But I'm finna check the battery.
But well, it's funny if you say that, Cam. We was all quarantine, working from home and stuff. You know how much I sat on that laptop. God, I just want someday I ain't even want to crawl out that bed to go to work, bro. Work from home.
I didn't either.
But it's all a mental thing, just like you said.
But see, breaking them chains of that mental is the hardest thing about
Yes.
it. Now, I will like how you said that getting up and getting in that parking lot, you know you're going to go through them doors.
Yeah, for real.
Because, like, real talk, when I started back, going to the, you know what I'm saying, getting in that parking lot, you know, I ain't going to lie, life deter you from that, like, hard. You feel me?
And
But-
then it's
Yeah.
kind of piggybacking off something you said, you.
Yeah.
When you start something, whatever it is, when you start something, you literally do that for 21 days.
It becomes
At
a
least it becomes a habit.
Yes.
So, like I said, after that, this is, for me, I've always been in and out of the gym. But this is what somebody told me who had got me back in the gym. Now, this dude was in a wheelchair. Shout out, Marcus, if you're watching this, appreciate you, bro. This is what he said to me. I told him that he is who got me back in the gym because every day, a lot of times I would pass by the gym and I would see this dude in there. I would see this dude in there. This dude ain't got no legs. But this dude ain't got no legs. But he was in there. And I'm looking, and then eventually it just got me thinking, I'm like, here I am completely able-bodied. This man got every reason not to be in here, but he in here. I can't sit up here and say that, oh, well, I ain't got no car. Damn gym right down the street. I can walk, ride the bus,
Yeah.
catch an Uber.
Yeah.
So it was one day I seen him in the gym, and this is what made me start being more consistent with it.
Mm-hmm.
I told him that, hey, I appreciate you, bro. You are the reason why I got back in the gym. He was like, I appreciate you telling me that. And this is what he said literally fucked me up because I tried to continue my workout that day after what he said, and I couldn't. So what he said was, I appreciate you telling me that. Let me ask you this. If I was not here, then what would you do? I say that to say that it's not so much an issue with motivation. Motivation is good. You do need motivation. But the problem is when it comes to the physical health and getting yourself right, a lot of people can try to use motivation to continuously keep them going. That's not what's going to keep you going. Motivation is going to lead. Eventually, at some point in time, motivation is going to lead you. What you then have to use to keep you going is discipline. Mike Tyson said it on himself. Discipline ain't nothing but doing something you hate or you don't like, but doing it like you love it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't like to go to your damn job every day.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't heard too many. I ain't met damn near nobody that says, yeah, I like to go to work every fucking day. No, the fuck you don't. You lying.
They need drug tests.
But
For real though. Yeah.
you
Like,
do
no.
it. You do
gotta
it
work
because
like
it's
that.
it's
Yeah,
what
we
you
that
need
shit,
to
you
do.
gotta do it. Man,
You do it because it's what you need to do. Same thing with parenting. Kids get on your damn nerves. They done been running around the house, tearing up the damn house. You get tired of picking up after. But you know, at some point in time, if you keep letting the shit go on,
Yeah.
the damn house gonna look like one of them damn houses on hoarders.
Yeah.
So you got to do it.
Yeah. That's the biggest key to mental health. And go ahead. We do that. I was like, yeah, that's the biggest key to mental health. Like doing things that you don't want to do, and just understanding what you're trying to do, your goal. And y'all got anything y'all want to add?
We're just wrapping up, and thank y'all for your attendance.
Yeah. For me,
Nick, plug your stuff.
for me,
If you want to follow me on Facebook, name is Raziel Kane on Facebook. The meaning behind it is what I did know. Raziel means secret of God or keeper of secrets. So how you spell that is Raziel, and it's pronounced Raziel. Raziel was one of the archangels in the Bible.
But
Ellen.
hold on.
He fine.
For me, I'm not an influencer or anything, but I am a child of God. So I seek therapy in all the out. But let me tell you, I'll say that to share this. For me, this had being able to have this moment with y'all on your podcast, bro. Thank you for having me.
Always.
Because this was like a therapy session
Yeah, it
for me.
was, yes.
Absolutely.
That's the whole point of the episode, for everybody to be transparent. I want everybody just to be transparent. Real men are transparent. We come to agreement with our feelings, and we let everybody know, listen, this is real things that grown men go through in life. That's the whole reason I made this panel, to have conversations that people tend to sweep on the road. The uncomfortable conversations. Oh, you alright? Because it's always been like that for us. You alright? Y'all be alright? But no. We have mental things that we want to talk about and vent and do all of this stuff. Also, that's what this panel is. 100% raw and authentic. No cap. Everybody gonna say how they feel. Even if we agree or disagree, it don't matter. Speak your truth.
And as men, and this is for every man, it don't matter what your race is. Do not let society continuously tell you that, yes, you do want to have the mindset of, regardless of what's going on, you push through. But at the same time, as a man dealing with any kind of mental health, it is 100% okay to say,
I'm not okay.
and let
It
somebody
sure
know
is.
that you're not
Everybody
okay.
believe it's okay to
It's
be
not.
like I'm not okay.
Under no circumstance does it make you any less of a man to tell
Facts.
somebody that you're not okay. And that's another big thing. Dude, whatever you're going through, talk to somebody. It's not even so much that whoever you're talking to can do something about it, but just sometimes talking about it can lift some of that stuff off you.
Yeah.
Like, men carry, and that's not, and please, ladies, there's no shade at y'all, but men carry a lot of shit on us. I mean, I just gotta
You
make
ain't gotta
sure.
say that. You ain't gotta say that. You ain't gotta say that.
We
'Cause-
pressed for time.
But men carry a lot of shit on us.
Yeah, Cam.
You gotta talk to somebody. It don't matter who it is. Talk to somebody, get this shit up off you.
But yo, thank y'all for tuning in.
This has been a Drew Parker production.
I appreciate y'all coming in and sharing y'all transparency stories, man. Everybody gave their journey and their effects with mental health and how they got to where they are. Y'all check out my other Facebook page, Jules Word. Y'all check out my YouTube page, Julius Parker III. My handle is Jules Word. Y'all check out my IG. It's Jew_Caesar. My other backup page is eccentric.sauce. All those are connected to my podcast. I'm putting everything on there. Got some new videos I uploaded today on YouTube. Y'all follow me. I'm trying to eventually move to YouTube. So, hey, y'all subscribe. Send stars, send hearts. I appreciate y'all. It's a blessing. Men's health. We salute y'all. Hey, man, this one for you. It's our month. Turn up.
liquor.
All right.
God bless.
It's supposed to hurt visuals production.
It's